What's up, everybody? Welcome back to RCA, that is RC Abroad, with me, Adam. Today, just doing a quick check-in video, an update on the MR4TC SD Yokomo chassis I bought for $20 on Shenyu. I'll get it on the bench and I'll show you exactly what I did to it, but as you can see, it's coming along pretty nicely. But it's been a bit of a nightmare as well. As anyone can tell you who's tried to restore vintage RCs, it can be difficult to find parts, and that can make real headaches. So let's get it on the bench, and I'll show you exactly what I've done to this so far and get to the point where it's pretty much ready to go. Let's get on the bench and check it out. All right, so we're on the bench now. I can go through and show you exactly what I did. Put some photos up here on the screen so you can see where we started, how it was when I first got it. So as you can see, it was very rough. Everything was rusty. Everything was dusty and dirty and gray. Right, but I went through and cleaned it up. So the first thing I did was took off all the suspension arms, all the turn rods, all the turnbuckles, everything. Anything that was metal, I threw into a vinegar bath overnight, and as you can see, much, much better. The dog bones, the CVDs, right? Some of them are still rusty, but it's much, much better than it was. While the metals were soaking, I hit the chassis and all the plastic parts with a little bit of WD-40 just to brighten up the black, get rid of that dusty gray look. Worked nicely. Now the real nightmare was this motor mount. When I got the chassis, I had originally thought that everything was included, but much to my chagrin, the part B of the motor mount was not in there. So I had found this old one from an old Hongnor monster truck build I did a couple years ago that I had laying around, and I spent hours dremeling it down to try and get it to fit inside that housing. Just couldn't get it to work. Many hours of dremeling. So I was getting very frustrated with that. But then I found that they sell on Taobao here these motor mounts for V-Car Racing, which is a Chinese brand. I believe this is on a short course truck. But I ordered 2 of these, and it fit perfectly. So you can see the blue in there. Right. So got the motor in there, nice and solid, not moving. Right. This thing was a nightmare. Didn't work. So I got the motor in there, which is a 13.5 turn Reedy Sonic brushless. I paired that up with a T-Rex 120 ESC. It's, from what I understand, it's a tuned up hobby wing, if I'm not mistaken. Don't know how true that is. That's what I was told in a group RC chat I'm in. And then I got the DG Lilo servo under there, 9 kg, and I'm going with a Dumbo RC radio system, which is a very cheap RTR, but it works well. When I had the car apart, I opened up the diffs and found they were bone dry, dusty even. So I put some diff lube in there, standard. It's actually for crawlers, but I mean, figure for just a basher like this, it should work. Now it came with these orange and chrome drift tires on there. I went with the classic Watanabe, I think I'm saying that correctly, vintage JDM style wheels in gold, and just some cheap rubber I had laying around. Some no-name Chinese brand, unbranded street tires. I was gonna use these black classic JDMs with the MST drift tires, but they were too small. They looked weird on the body. As for body, what I'm going to be using is this old Datsun 510 body I had laying around. I had bought this for my Sakura D4 Drifter, and it just didn't work. It was too short. It was too stubby. And it was also too short for this chassis until I took off the bumper. As you can see, I also had to sand and Dremel and cut down the front end to make it fit. But now it fits. Boop. Perfect. Looks good. So there are only two things I had to buy. That was the motor mount, and I also have some body posts on the way. I had to use Sakura XIS body posts, so hopefully they should fit into these mounts here, and then I'm going to have to try and do some sort of custom job here, because without the bumper, where the original body posts were, I'm not going to be hard pressed to get the normal body mounts in there, but hopefully the Sakura XIS ones should work fine. Get you an update with that. But yeah, that's about it for today. All right, everybody, so thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out my progress on this nightmare of a build, of a restoration. All right, but it'll all be worth it in the end. Again, nice looking Datsun 510, beautiful on-road car here. So that is it for this week. Check in next week. I should have it finished. I hope to get some running videos for you, some running footage, see how it handles. But yeah, until then, right? Like and subscribe. You know the deal. If you found this video interesting, right, help me out, support the channel, right? And until next time, see you later.